Tonight on Coyote News, with recent national controversy surrounding fraternity life, we find out how USD's local chapters are being affected by the news. And Coyote News' Anthony Gosch is live in the muck to discuss a film showing on campus that's been causing some controversy. I'm Michaela Feldman.
And I'm Bailey Millen. This year, the primarily freshman-filled dorm complex was missing a dining service for the first time in years. We have the details on how the old common space is being used. And we talk with a member of CAB about the upcoming Hoodie Allen concert and the scheduling issues they had to overcome to make it happen.
Plus, find out what the football team is doing to turn their game for the season around. And we take an inside look at USD's club baseball team. But first, the headlines with Taylor Fouth.
Dzhokhar Tsarnaev has been convicted on all charges in the Boston Marathon bombing today. Tsarnaev faces the death penalty for 17 of the 30 counts against him. These counts include conspiracy and use of weapon of mass destruction. The jury took a day and a half to reach its verdict. A South Carolina police officer has been fired and faces murder charges after he killed a fleeing black man yesterday. Officer Michael Slegger says he fired 8 shots at Walter Lamar Scott's back in self-defense. A bystander recorded Slegger firing the shots. The video has gone viral. Protests began within hours of the murder charge. And those are your headlines.
Tomorrow's Women and Gender Research Conference has been sparking some discussion on campus about the showing of the Honor Diaries film. The first planned screening of the film earlier this month was unexpectedly canceled. Coyote News' Anthony Gosch is live in the muck with the event organizers to find out what the buzz is all about.
Thanks, Bailey. The film is a documentary about violence against women in honor-based societies, including honor killings, forced marriages, and female genital mutilation. Here to talk with us about the controversy about this film is Women and Gender Studies Chair Magdalena Sterdoni and Professor of Psychology and a steering committee member, Cindy Struckman Johnson. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
So, there have been a lot of media stories regarding the first attempted showing of the film. Was censorship involved? And if so, who is executing the censoring?
Well, we don't really know because the first scheduled showing of the film was supposed to be by the Campus Activities Board, and I believe Cindy can tell you more because she came here trying to find the movie and it just wasn't showing.
Right. It was scheduled to be shown on a Sunday afternoon about a week ago, and I thought, well, I checked my email at the university about Sunday noon, and I saw that the movie was scheduled for 3 p.m. And I thought, well, this is a good opportunity to go look at the movie because that was part of we had an ongoing controversy in our steering committee about it. So I came over to the muck, and there were no signs up. I went to the desk. I said, where is the movie? Can you tell me? And they said, well, go look on the second floor, but we don't have it down anymore. And I looked, and it was gone, and there were no signs saying it had been taken away, that it would be shown later. It just absolutely disappeared.
The strange thing is that it's still showing on the schedule on the website. So if you click on the link in the email that was sent that day, it still appears.
USD is known as a free speech, free press campus. Does the reaction of the film being shown surprise you?
Yes, very much so, because I did not expect that a film that's a human rights documentary that I think I will show in my class, and I believe Cindy would as well, that this would generate so much controversy. It really took us by surprise.
Right. As being part of the conference program, which was part of the reason this started, is that several people of the steering committee asked us to drop the movie from our program. And what we said in response is that, well, first of all, this is censorship. And censorship is no part of the Women's Research Conference for the past 25 years. We've always taken, if people have a view to be expressed, we accept it.
Thank you so much. If you wish to view this film, it will be showing during the Women and Gender Conference this Friday at 1:45 p.m. in the muck. Live from the muck, I'm Anthony Gosch.
Thanks, Anthony. The price of a college education in South Dakota is going up. On Thursday, the South Dakota Board of Regents approved a 5.8% increase of tuition and fees for 6 public universities in the upcoming school year. This translates to an approximate $456 increase for on-campus students. Scarce state funds killed the prospect of another year of frozen tuition, which lawmakers put nearly $4 million toward during the 2014 legislature.
With fraternities gaining national attention for reports of sexual assaults and racist chants, the Greek system at USD is pushing for proactive versus reactive awareness.
Not saying it couldn't have happened on our campus, but what I am saying is that I think we are, as a campus community, working really hard to be proactive, to make sure that our students do understand tolerance and are trying to be inclusively excellent.
3 fraternities have been named at San Diego State University in reported sexual assault cases, while an alleged gang rape is under investigation at the University of Virginia. Among other cases, the Sigma Alpha Epsilon chapter at the University of Oklahoma has been shut down for racist chants.
Stereotypes are a huge part of everyday life, I think, for a lot of people, and I think that our sorority fraternity students face that as well.
USD fraternities have also gone through a sexual assault training session, as well as other annual training sessions at the beginning of the school year. On-campus dining is an important part of the college experience, especially for underclassmen living on campus who are required to purchase meal plans. As Coyote News' Coyote reports, this year the primary freshman-filled dorm complex was missing a dining service for the first time in years.
Since the 2014 relocation of the Commons dining option from North Complex to the Munster University Center, USD's largest housing complex has been without a real dining option. Food options are currently limited to snacks and some groceries, such as soups, cereals, and various frozen meals at the Beatty Bump convenience store, and snacks from vending machines.
It's pretty limited, but I like the idea that the Papa John's is going to be here. That'll be nice for the students next year.
Papa John's Pizza Restaurant, which was supposed to open last fall, is scheduled for completion this spring.
It was delayed in the beginning, but they've been on schedule since then, and actually it'll be completed in April, but won't be opening until the fall.
Grieve says Papa John's will be located in the old Beatty Bump, and that the university currently does not have plans for the old common space. For Coyote News, I'm Katia Dushenko.
Coming up after the break, the walls are going up on the dome expansion. We'll have a construction update. And with local businesses coming and going, learn more about a downtown shop that's been rooted in Vermilion for more than 40 years. Stay with us.
Hey guys, guess what day it is? Anybody want to guess what day it is? Guess. Hey! Guess what day it is? Hey, boss. Guess what day it is? Oh, come on, guys. I know you can hear me.
3, 2.
It's News Day. It's News Day!
After several date switches, CAB is bringing Hoodie Allen to USD Monday. Coyote News' Levi Goots is live in the muck with a member of CAB to find out what it takes to book a major concert, including scheduling concerns. Levi?
Thanks, Bailey. The current date for the Hoodie Allen concert is April 13th, and we're here to talk with Ariana Wonder to talk about it. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what is it like scheduling a major concert here on campus?
It's kind of a doozy. We kind of have to go through, online listening with what the students want, because that's first and foremost what CAB wants to do, is bring events for the students. So after we kind of gauge what the students want, what kind of concert the students want, then we go forth and work with kind of an agent, a middleman that contacts with like Hoodie Allen's agent and stuff, and get him here, and then contracts, and then the show date. So that's kind of a gist of it.
And then why did the concert date change originally?
Originally, Hoodie Allen had a medical emergency, so unfortunately he had to go to the hospital, of course, and then the date was during finals week. That was the only venue and the date that worked for Hoodie, but fortunately we did some online listening too, and obviously as a student organization we weren't super amped about it being during finals week as well, but a venue opened up and Hoodie was able to come on the 13th, so that's when it is.
And then as far as, with all the schedule changes, has it affected the student attendance?
I couldn't necessarily say. I'd say probably. We've only sold about 300 tickets right now, but that's all we have.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
The Hoodie Allen concert will take place April 13th in the Alfs Auditorium. Live from the Muck, I'm Levi Goots.
Thanks, Levi. The walls are going up for the new Sports Performance Enhancement Complex. What started out as word of mouth has now turned into reality as the 118,400 square feet complex is currently underway. The new facility will be home to all of USD's Division I athletes, as well as their practice and training needs. The expansion will also feature a new health sciences building to facilitate majors such as physical therapy, kinesiology, and much more. Students can expect to see the completed arena, track and soccer complex, and health science buildings in the 2016-2017 academic year.
Businesses in Vermilion have been coming and going quite frequently this year. But as Coyote News' Braley Dotson reports, one downtown shop and owner aren't going anywhere.
Gloria Christofferson has owned Nook and Cranny for more than 40 years. Back then, she says, there wasn't a business like her.
There were many things that we wanted for our home that we couldn't find in Vermilion. And I had always had an above average interest in owning my own business.
In the 70s, Main Street was a boys' club.
80% of the businesses in downtown Vermilion are now owned and operated by women, which was not the case 40 years ago. I was the new kid on the block, and not only the new kid on the block, but I was the female.
Nook and Cranny has been in the same location for 37 years. In 2000, Christofferson opened the next door Never Neverland, a children's store. When she first opened her doors, she didn't expect the store to last 40 years.
Well, we figured we'd give it 5 years, and if at the end of 5 years we weren't being able to live, then we would have to close it. But, well, here we are.
She says she will own the store as long as she has a passion for it. As for new business owners, she recommends hard work as a key to success. For Coyote News, I'm Braley Dodson.
Coming up after the break, we take a look at the latest symphonic band concert that incorporated dance into the performance, and learn more about a male pageant competition put on in the name of a good cause. Stay with us.
USD's Media and Journalism Department can be seen and heard all over campus. Faculty members know that hands-on experience now is the key to success after college. Get professional experience by participating in one of the many practicums offered. Have your voice heard on the radio. Edit a promo for a campus organization. Investigate breaking news stories for a weekly newspaper. Design advertisements for local businesses. Get involved with the Media and Journalism Department at USD and start your future now.
A USD sorority brought a night of entertainment to the community, and all for a good cause. More than 100 USD students gathered at the old lumber company last week for Alpha Zeta Delta's annual Z-Man competition. The sorority hosts the annual fundraiser to benefit a national advocacy organization, Autism Speaks. 9 contestants from campus fraternities competed in a trivia round and then moved on to showcase their individual talents. Singing, dancing, and lip-syncing were common acts among contestants, while others chose a more comedic route in an attempt to woo the judges and the crowd. In the end, only one contestant could walk away as the winner. Sigma Alpha Epsilon's Kellen Hempel was crowned 2015 Z-Man for singing the Beatles song Let It Be. Event organizers say they raised nearly $3,000 from ticket sales and donations. When most students think of symphonic bands, they may picture classical music, but the USD Symphonic Band recently incorporated something a bit more modern into their performance: dance. From folk to wedding, the program entitled Dancing traveled around different countries and through a collection of decades in just 5 pieces. 3 conductors led over 50 band members in song as the instruments provided the groove to make people want to dance. Later this month, music lovers will be able to put their dancing shoes back on for performances from the USD Jazz Ensembles.
With only 30 days of school left, Andy Hartman tells us what she thinks about going back home for the summer.
I think that it's safe to say that this past weekend, everyone was pretty much in the same boat. We went home, maybe went to our grandparents', ate Easter dinner, passed out on the couch for a few hours from the food coma, and we came back here. Now, I love going back home as much as the next person, but I think we can all agree that there is a large risk of going back to your hometown. If you even leave your house, you take the chance of running into people from your high school days. People change when they go to college. I know that I'm not the same person I was when I graduated high school, and I'm just a freshman. Running into your former classmates is weird, let's face it. Unless they were your best friend in high school, seeing them now is awkward. Just running into them at the grocery store is weird. Do you go talk to them? Will they think it's strange that you're talking to them? You have to make the decision of whether or not you guys were close enough to catch up. But if you never were that close and you start talking, you're just stuck making painful small talk. Hey, how's it going? Good, you? Good. What are you buying? So just some candy, oh, haha. Then you awkwardly depart. The end. It's the worst. Your memory of that person is now stained, and any time that person thinks of you from now on, they're gonna feel really awkward. And now they don't like you anymore. Nice going. I'm telling you, going home is both a blessing and a curse. For Coyote Blog, I'm Andy Hartman.
Thanks, Andy. Coming up after the break, find out what the USD football team is doing to make a comeback in their upcoming season. Plus, we take a look inside USD's club baseball team. Stay with us.
Tonight on Coyote Sports, the USD football team's spring practices have begun. Plus, find out how the Coyote golf teams fared at the Bradley Invitational this weekend. And in the Bauer Beat, Sean gives you his thoughts on the start of the Major League Baseball season. I'm Brandon Noel.
And I'm Sean Bauer. A USD track and field coach will be inducted into the South Dakota Sports Hall of Fame this weekend. Plus, find out how the club baseball team is preparing for its upcoming season. First, the headlines. Taylor?
Illinois State Assistant Head Coach Tori Ward and Deputy Director of Athletics Aaron Leach were among the 7 people killed in a plane crash near Bloomington, Illinois, Monday night. The plane was returning from the NCAA Basketball National Championship game in Indianapolis when it ran into bad weather in central Illinois, where it crashed. On Monday, Duke defeated Wisconsin 68-63 to claim its 5th national men's basketball title. The title moves Duke into a tie for 3rd place for most national titles in the men's game. Duke coach Mike Krzyzewski's 5th title moves him into 2nd all-time. Last night, the University of Connecticut women's basketball team beat Notre Dame 63-53 to win its 3rd straight national title. The title also gives Connecticut head coach Gino Emma 10 national titles, tying John Wooden for the most titles in NCAA history. And those are your headlines.
USD's head men's track and field coach Dave Gottsleben will be inducted into the South Dakota Sports Hall of Fame on Saturday. Gottsleben is in his 31st season at USD and has earned 18 Conference Coach of the Year awards, 8 Division II Regional Coach of the Year awards, and 2 Division II National Coach of the Year awards during his tenure. He's guided the Coyotes to 16 conference titles, including 4 Summit League titles. He's also coached 6 national champions and added his first Division I All-American this year in Tyvisky Lewin. Gottsleben and 20 others will be inducted Saturday at the Sioux Falls Convention Center.
Coming off a 2-10 record, the Coyote football team is looking to rebound in 2015. Coyote News' Josh Jorgensen was at one of the team's spring practices this week to find out how the players and coaches are training.
The 2014 Coyote football team finished the season at the bottom of the Missouri Valley Football Conference, finishing 0-8. Head coach Joe Glenn says that spring practice is the time of year to duplicate fall camp by instilling the playbook and getting every player reps.
You get only 15 practices, so it takes about somewhere between 5 and 10 just to get your installation in, and then you like to get everybody some reps. We get 2 scrimmages. We get 3, but I think we'll just take 2.
Last year, the Coyotes struggled both defensively and on special teams. During the offseason, the Coyotes acquired new defensive back coach Marty Biaggi, who served as special teams coordinator at Southern University last fall. Junior Kean Loggy said that defensive execution will be critical to the team's success.
I think defensively, we're bringing back pretty much everybody. We are bringing back everybody. And so we're at a point where the guys that are starting on defense are second and third year guys, even fourth year starters. So as far as the comfortability levels there, just getting down the nitpicky stuff.
The Coyotes ranked near the bottom in nearly all statistical categories in the Missouri Valley last fall, something the team is trying to change this spring.
The Coyotes will play a scrimmage on April 18th with their annual spring game the following Saturday on April 25th, right here in the Dakota Dome.
The Coyotes opened their season with a visit to Kansas State on September 5th, with their first home games against Drake University September 19th. For Coyote News, I'm Josh Jorgensen.
USD may not offer baseball as a Division I sport, but students have started their own club baseball team to keep it on campus. As Coyote News' Andrew Helland reports, compared to the last few seasons, this year's team is trying to regroup from lost players.
The USD club baseball team practices every week at the newly renovated baseball field at Prentice Park. During the off-season, the baseball team practices in the Dakota Dome during the winter months. The team is now practicing outside and are gearing up for their conference games against Iowa, Minnesota State, and UNI.
USC club baseball has been a club sport since I believe about 2005. So yeah, we're just keeping the tradition rolling.
The baseball team also plays against other South Dakota schools, including Mount Marty, Augustana, and the University of Sioux Falls. The team is also excited to play against SDSU this year, who just got a club baseball team. You can see them play for free in the coming weeks.
The USD baseball team has 2 home games the weekend of April 17th here at Prentice Park in Vermillion.
Compared to the last few seasons, this year's team is trying to regroup from lost players.
This year's team has definitely made strides from last year's team. We were very young last year and we're very young this year. We lost a lot of guys from when I was a freshman and sophomore. So, we're just trying to take baby steps at this time, and I guess we're rebuilding right now.
For Coyote News, I'm Andrew Helland.
In this week's Bauer Beat, Sean gives us his thoughts on the start of Major League Baseball.
Well, baseball season is officially upon us as the Cardinals and Cubs kicked off opening day on Sunday night. Now, while I'm glad something other than LeBron James coverage will make SportsCenter now, I can't say I'm overly excited about baseball season. First, it's April, and while the weather has been pretty nice so far, living in the Midwest, it's only a matter of time for the cold and rain to get here. And baseball is the one sport that I can only watch in person, so without a guarantee of nice weather, I'm not taking any risks. Second, there's 162 games to the season. I won't watch a baseball game until summer comes, and even at that point, there's still 100 games left in the season for me to watch. And finally, I'm from Minnesota, and I cheer for everything Minnesota related. And if you haven't paid attention to baseball for the past few years, the Twins are terrible and hard to watch. To make matters even worse, the Twins' big signing of Irvin Santana in the offseason was completely ruined when Santana tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs and suspended for 80 games. So I apologize to you baseball fans, but I can't watch a game until either the nice weather comes or the Twins are a quality team. So I'll see you this summer, baseball, because the Twins have zero chance to be good. And that's the Bauer Beat.
Thanks, Sean. Coming up next, on this week's edition of Coyote Shorts, we find out what some students are willing to do for a dome dog. Stay tuned.
Fostering is when you take in an animal into your home and you take care of them until we can find them a permanent forever home.
If you can find it in your heart to do it, it's rewarding.
We do all the vetting, the neutering, the spaying, the medications.
The Humane Society has lots and lots of great dogs and cats that can pull at your heartstrings and make you realize you got a little more to give.
As we mentioned earlier in the newscast, CAB's spring concert, which was originally scheduled for mid-March, has been rescheduled for next Monday.
On this week's Out and About, we asked students if they'll be attending the Hoodie Allen concert next week.
I am not, because I have a really big test that Wednesday, so I really need to study.
Nah, I don't know anything about it, so.
Yeah, because I love Hoodie Allen.
I don't know. It's in May, right?
Yes, because I like Hoodie Allen.
I haven't really thought much about it. I haven't got a ticket, but I might.
No, because it's in the office auditorium.
I am not attending the Hoodie Allen concert. I wasn't originally planning on going.
No, because ain't nobody got money for that.
I have to go get a ticket still. Where do you get tickets?
No, because I have no idea who Hoodie Allen is.
Is it on a Thursday?
I am, so I enjoy Hoodie's music.
I'm not. I actually have to work that night. I'm pretty upset about it, but whatever.
I don't really plan things, so we'll see.
My Tuesdays are pretty busy, I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably be going.
Yes, I am working the Hoodie Allen concert because I'm in cab.
No, it costs money.
I'm not because I have a lot of other stuff to do.
Yes, I am, because I love Hoodie Allen.
Most people have heard the jingle asking, what would you do for a Klondike bar? But what about a hot dog served at USD?
On this week's Coyote Shorts, we find out what some students are willing to do for a dome dog.
What would you do for a dome dog?
Would you act like a bunny for a dome dog?
Yeah.
Oh, you can do better than that. Act like a coyote.
What would you do for a dome dog? Really? You would?
Would you go streaking for a dome dog?
What would you do for a dome dog?
What would you do for a dome dog? Hey, wait, what are you doing? No, no, no! Ah! Take it, just take it.
Where's my dome dog?
What would you do for a dome dog?
A new edition of The Lot hit newsstands today. Pick up a copy to read about the new language chair and how her interesting life experiences are helping her lead the department. Plus, learn about how international student athletes use their sports to make a smooth transition to South Dakota. In Otis, Oregon, one mother got more than she bargained for when she found 3 bags of marijuana stuffed inside a toy she purchased in the clearance section of a local Walmart. The toy, made by VTech, is for children around the ages of 1 and 2. The mother says that as she assembled the item for her toddler, she found some parts were missing. Left behind in the box were clear plastic marijuana bags. Police are investigating the incident.
That's all for Coyote News. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
And if you have a story idea you'd like to share, email it to us at kyotnews@usd.edu. Have a great night. We'll leave you with footage of the Coyote football team's spring practice that started last week. We'll see you next time.